Todmorden lies 17 miles northeast of Manchester, at the convergence of three Pennine valleys, and forms part of the ancient border between Yorkshire and Lancashire. Centuries before industry arrived in Todmorden, the local population lived in self-sustaining agricultural settlements on the hilltops. The Industrial Revolution came and went. Recently, a group of activists dismayed at what they perceive as a troubled world have been going back to basics.
Well, about 3 years ago, we decided to invent something that would perhaps make our town better, perhaps make more people aware of the importance of the environment, but do it by talking about local food, because everybody's got to eat, and it just seemed a simple message that might just unite us.
Today is the 4th annual Harvest Festival for Incredible Edible Todmorden.
Postcards, just £3 for a set of 6 to go to our farm.
And if this event is anything to go by, there's something of a buzz around the town.
We didn't find any difficulty involving the community right at the beginning. What we did was we knew that people want to do things but they don't know what to do. So we just put a proposition to Todmorden. We had a meeting in my daughter's cafe. And we said, who's up for trying to change the world with local food? And 60 people came. And I stood up and said, what do you think? Should we do something? The time to act is now. Let's not write a report. Let's just get on with it. We can cook, we can share, we can grow. And the whole room exploded. And from that moment, I knew that we were onto something.
Now, kale you can actually get from the train station.
For the past 3 years, the idea of local food has been growing and growing.
And it doesn't wilt like spinach.
And today's Harvest Festival is showcasing just how deep-rooted Incredible Edible Todmorden has become.
Again, a very, very simple recipe.
Events like this are about bringing everybody here, whether English is their first language, whether they're organic, whether they're vegans or meat. We never, ever tie ourselves to one particular method of doing things because we want to be inclusive. We don't want to be a Guardian readers groovy club. This is a club for everybody.
What's this banana going?
Every year at the Harvest Festival is a brilliant celebration of everything that makes Tod truly incredible edible. It's food, obviously, but it's about finding a common language that lets everyone come together and build a better future for all of our children.
The salad looks lovely.
I'm making a chicken biryani, chicken and veg biryani, all with local veg, everything local, all local.
Some of that log. Stretching. Yeah, more stretching. You just fold and cut. It's fantastic. I've had some of the curry, the biryani, which is delicious. Eaten some duck. It's really lovely just to be able to taste little bits of everything.
Oh, it's great. It's brilliant. There's lots of people here from Todmorden, and it's nice to see community spirit. People getting together.
The honey, the ice cream, I've had the falafels, the risotto, I've done all, and I've got 2 t-shirts.
Fresh apple juice. I'm just really inspired by the spirit of the people, the willingness of everybody to pitch in. I mean, these apples were all donated. Some people invited us to come to their home and pick the apples ourselves. Some people delivered the apples, and I've even had people bring bags of apples in today. So it's quite special when you have a community that chips in, understands that with all of our efforts, this is what is produced.
Despite today's impressive turnout, continuing to inspire local people is a constant battle.
It takes passion and commitment and the tenacity of a Rottweiler to get the community involved. But it's a forever job. You have to keep doing it and doing it and doing it. The path is stony and rough, but the joy of connecting people is, well, you can see today it's fabulous.
Incredible Edible Todmorden's philosophy is based around the idea of keeping 3 plates spinning. These plates represent community, education and business. Spinning one plate will bring real benefits to the local area. But if all three are spinning, then the aim of becoming a self-sustaining town by re-engaging with the people and the planet is being realised.
The country's desperate for something to point at, a real live model, and that's the thing. People are pointing at Todmorden saying this isn't about money, this isn't about staff or funding or empires, it's about a whole community approach to doing things differently.
And education is where it starts.
We've got growing in every school in Todmorden, so we want to put the living heart of schools and children's education to be about food production, the economy, the soil, and all of those things that connect us with our environment.
Incredible Edible Todmorden's Tony Mulgrew is part of a life-changing initiative at Todmorden High School.
Warm the cockles.
He hopes, as school chef, to turn younger members of the community onto the idea of sustainable local food.
There's always complaints about why isn't there chips on the menu every day, but you're going to get that from students. At the end of the day, it's about an educational culture, changing the way people think, how people treat food.
As part of new agricultural courses, the students here grow their own fruit and vegetables and keep chickens for eggs and meat. And all of this yield heads straight to Tony in the school kitchens.
From a chef's perspective, being able to have that fresh produce on your doorstep and educating the kids where good quality food comes from makes a big difference.
Up the road in nearby Walsden, Incredible Edible Todmorden's secret weapon bases himself.
If there's anything around the place that's got stuff growing in it, I probably had something to do with it at some stage.
With his fingers in just about every plot, Nick Green encapsulates the new sustainable spirit of Todmorden.
And the last 6 or 9 months I've been building a market garden learning centre in Walsden, which is about an acre of land fenced off and several large polytunnels to train young people to grow food and business skills, with the idea that we kickstart new businesses up on the tops producing food.
And slowly, with the help of students and volunteers, the Learning Centre is starting to take off.
The last year we grafted 120 apple trees. This year we grafted 300. Originally the idea was to produce our own trees for planting around town, and we've planted something like 700 in various places around the town. And now we're at the point where we're able to sell them through the local garden centre.
But it's not just apple trees where Incredible Edible Todmorden is continuing to blossom. There's a community campaign called Every Egg Matters, training and encouraging people to keep hens and sell their eggs locally. In any unused space around Todmorden, planting beds have been created where fruit and vegetables now grow. A community herb garden sits unobtrusively on the main road to Burnley. Produce is sprouting outside the police station, the fire station, the train station, and even the health centre. And all of these growing spaces have been created and are run by local volunteers. And the message is, go ahead, take some, it's free. The town is alive with the incredible edible bug, and some residents have been bitten by it.
The sweetest sin.
Very nice.
The mayor presented me with this fantastic live green corsage winner's rosette.
That's because Hannah Merriman has produced the most delicious local delicacy, honey ice cream.
The ice cream that I made today was from bees that are in a hive within 50 metres of here, just up in the hills, and the milk and the cream are from the hills around here. When you taste the ice cream, it's like a real sort of Mediterranean treat. It's quite luxurious and you feel a bit naughty and a bit like you're on holiday. And I just can't believe that this wet valley makes something so totally delicious.
With her newfound love of honey, Hannah has come up with a novel way to spread the message about Todmorden.
I created this game, which is called the pollination game. So we've got a peg here, which is just a normal peg, and we've got our websites on either side, because you've got to do that these days. And then it's got a little tag, and on one side it says you've been pollinated, and on the other side it says go pollinate someone else. So I gave these to loads of kids and said, right, here's the game. You've got to get these on grown-ups' coats without them realising. So I'll demonstrate. That's how you do it. And hopefully it'll go a long way. We've got 3 going to London on a train right now.
There are other towns up and down the country that now follow Todmorden's model. Wakefield, Rosendale, Huddersfield, Doncaster. But it's not just a local phenomenon. There are incredible edible towns emerging all over the country and the world, with groups as far away as Africa, Canada, Australia, and most recently, Hong Kong.
Incredible Edible Todmorden, in a nutshell, is about people leading a more sustainable lifestyle, and the whole aim of it is for a kinder world.
I think we might have a revolution on our hands. We really want people to just get the buzz. This is a people's movement. You don't have to have any particular qualifications. You just have to give a damn about tomorrow and find your own little piece of the jigsaw and put it in. That's all there is to it.